kids were never like that. They're both hard workers. They self-supportive, you know, and you know, she was a cosmetologist, single mother, and just really doing good. And she ended up getting married to a guy that, you know, they're doing real well together, and I'm just as proud of her as I am myself.
You know, you think about that, it's the big fear I always had was my kids taking care of themselves. You know, I always wanted to know they could handle themselves. Do you ever have that, or am I the only one? I run into that. I always wanted to know they could take care of themselves.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably just a few years where, you know, when they're just getting started out, you worry more, I think. But, you know, they're established in their lives now, you know. I mean, my daughter's, you know, 40. my son is 38, I believe. But anyway, you know, so they're settled into their adult.
My boy's 38. He's 38.
And they're doing well. You know, I'm proud of both of them. I mean, you know, I always hear people, and I've said this myself, you just want your kids to do better than you did, you know, and they're knocking it out of the park.
I think that's you know, you always want to know that and I know if you fall dead, you ain't going to worry about stuff anyway, but I mean, you always want to know if you're left here that your kids will be all right. Yeah. And I always felt like my kids got enough of my wife in them where they'll make it pretty good. I see so much of her because now you seem like you were probably a worker. Okay, I never was that good of a worker in some respects. Okay, I mean, you know, my wife, she's a go-getter. Okay, I mean, we were looking back from, gosh, I don't know, 88, a video last night of when we had restaurants. And, you know, we had 8 restaurants at one time. And Janice was a worker. I mean, my wife would open and close and work and make sure everything was right and be there, make sure the tomatoes were sliced and everything was done. She would go around and she's really as good now. Now me, I was planning the next business. You know, what are we going to do? I'd come back and say, well, we bought another restaurant. You know what I mean? Or we're building a new one. And I don't know, but I see that part of her and them, and I see them, and that makes me proud. You know, because I think more of her than I do of me. You know, I think of that, and that's why I married her. If I thought she was the worst person to me, I wouldn't have married her. But I think of how I see that in their life, and I admire that, and I think that's what we ought to. And it's good to have a father that inspired you.
Right.
Really is. And you know, I call this John Dashing friends because I won't talk to nobody ain't my friend. All right. I've had a few enemies.
I'm glad I made the cut.
I've had a few enemies. So I said, no, I'm not going to talk to you. I don't really like you that much. I'll tell them. We'll see how things work out. I tell you who I want to get in here is our buddy Mike Compton. It's a battle, though.
I thought he'd been in here by now.
Tell you what, man, he absolutely. I don't want to do it. He gets on me. But I'm gonna stay on him.
You get Mike in here talking about race cars, and you'll see how much I don't really know. He knows more than I do.
I get around you guys, though, and I know nothing. Okay, and I have learned some things over the past 2 years. Okay. I'm learning a little bit.